Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to have videos of the paid requests. This time for Sean. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. And this is for a film from, I guess, 1988 called Witchery, which the title I didn't recognize, but I recognize, oh, this has Linda Blair and David Hasselhoff. So I remember seeing, probably in some horror magazines, because I'm like, wow, that's an interesting pair of actors. Now, I assume they played a couple, but they don't. Instead, David Hasselhoff is with this other lady, and they are, I guess you'd call, kind of paranormal investigators in a way. Hasselhoff, the Hoff himself from Knight Rider, the TV show, Baywatch, he's more of a photographer, while the other girl is a bit more into the studies, and they're looking at this house on this island that's supposedly haunted. There's this light that apparently keeps shining outside of a window, and they're trying to capture it on camera. And they're studying witchcraft. I should say they're studying witchcraft, and they think a witch was in this house. Meanwhile, Linda Blair is having nightmares, and I guess she's pregnant. I say that because I thought she looked pregnant, but then so little of her pregnancy is even really brought up, and well, maybe I just zonked out of this fucking movie, and everything I say afterward is null and void. So I just know Linda Blair is having nightmares. These beams almost land on her. Uh, her or her little brother or other people keep seeing this old lady in a black cloak, which you already know that's the villain. You can already tell. And they keep seeing these old women, especially in reflections. Either the reflection of the bathroom, or reflections off a knife, or a piece of glass, or something. They're always seeing this old ass bitch. So while again the Hoff and his chickadee are looking at some fucking light through a window that at times looks like the remnants of a disco ball, or the reflections of a disco ball, I should say, Linda Blair and her family are going to go to this island because they might buy that house. Her mom and dad, and her kid brother, and etc. Thankfully, though, a big piece of equipment that will be at the very end is showcased here, which is a Sesame Street voice recorder, where Linda Blair shows the kid brother, hey, look, you just say this. And so the kid, when she's off, the kid goes, I love you, Jane. I love you, Jane. On the recorder, which will be used much later. So, one thing leads to another. They get to the island, they search around, they realize someone's there. Hoff eventually comes down and goes, hey, how's it going? We're just here, just looking around as well. No one's supposed to be on this island. So it's like the family and the realtor, and I guess his other realtor, and whatever the fuck. Characters ain't much shit. The boat captain gets scared by a woman and her diamond on her fucking, looks like at the end of a fucking Q-tip, this diamond. It cuts away, and you later see he's been hung on the boat, and the boat's being driven away by witchcraft. Thank God witches know how to drive boats. Come sail the fuck away with me. There you go, Witch versus Jaws. When's that movie gonna come out? So many other shark movies. Let's have a witch fight Jaws. Or a shark or whatever. It's pretty much the family's in the Hoff and this girl trying to figure out what to do next since the boat's gone. Of course, it makes you wonder, well, how did Hoff and the girl get there? And of course, later on, we realized that there's a fucking boat that they could have taken the whole fucking time, but I guess it just slipped their mind, or there was other reasons for it that they mentioned I already fucking forgot. One Lisa Linda Blair is putting up a bathtub, well, putting water in a tub. She's pulled into it, and at ridiculous times, they do this like 3 or 4 times. Someone falls through a dimension. You ever seen Doctor Who? The opening with that portal, wormhole. Imagine that, much cheaper, but red, and then superimpose a half visible, not visible, kind of see-through person going, ah, ah. And then later on, it does it again with the 2 realtors, the guy and the girl, who were ready to make it. Made some booty. Some booty. Did some booty delicious. Answer the booty call whenever you may be. And the 2 are like, it looks ridiculous, it looks silly, it looks fucking stupid. Waving their hands in the air like we just don't care. So when Linda Blair comes down, she pops up and she's like in this area with a bunch of fire and like fudgy looking people looking at her, and one at least another. Oh yeah, one of them's holding an obviously fake baby. I thought, okay, that's supposed to be a doll. Then I had to wait a minute. I'm like, wait, is that meant to be, quote, a real dead baby? That literally looks like a doll from back in the day at Toys R Us. So she wakes up. People think she was dreaming or hallucinating. I guess we get the idea that she's been possessed or will slowly be possessed. Which I know, ironic, she was in The Exorcist. Here it's okay, I get to be possessed, but I don't have to wear any fucking makeup. The older woman that was with the group, she's taken, as well as being in the fucking wannabe red Doctor Who portal. She's pretty much gets her mouth sewn shut and put into the chimney. So they light the chimney on fire and she gets burned up. The real estate couple ready to have sex, they get pulled into the silly red Doctor Who portal. And the guy gets nailed to a cross while the girl is found with a spike through her neck. So there's a couple little gory bits, to be fair. There's a couple little gory bits there. Aftermath and whatnot. Alright makeup effects for its time, for its budget. The one guy, the realtor, is found outside on a cross, upside down, ready to be burned, and does get burned. Then around the same time, Hoff's girlfriend, you get the idea, she gets raped in a... What was that? Kind of like the movie The Entity. Like, you get the idea she's been assaulted, and that'll lead to the end of the film, which you can already guess what that is. Why do I tell the entire movie? Because this way, if you don't want to see it, you don't have to see it, because I'll spoil the whole fucking film if you picture in your head what's going on. Probably the scene that was the most goofy fun was the guy, Linda Blair's father, whoever he's supposed to be. There's a voodoo doll made of him, and he's convulsing. David Hasselhoff's trying to help him, but he sees like this neck is bristling and bubbling, and the neck, there's a burst, and blood hits the Hoff in the face, blinds Hoff's face, And the whole thing doesn't explode, but like that pretty much starts the lead up to his death as, the voodoo doll is having its fun. Decent, blood effect, the blood bursts and hey, David Hasselhoff agreed to let it hit his face and took one for the team. Not bad, Hoff. Not bad. David Hasselhoff doesn't really have much to do. I mean, obviously he took this just, hey, I get to go to a different country and then get paid for it. But he doesn't really have much to do. There's not much investigation he does. There's really no action that he does. He's not the lead hero of the movie. He's there because, hey, we hired you to kind of stand around. He still is trying to have a bit of the charisma. I like David Hasselhoff. Here's the thing, I do like him. I do think he's got that charisma that led to many successful seasons of Knight Rider and Baywatch. There's a likable quality to him. That's why he was used in, what was that? Music video for Kung Fury, that fan film. I'm a survivor. He also, what was it? SpongeBob SquarePants. David Hasselhoff was in the movie trying to play a version of him from Baywatch. So, like I said, there's a charming quality to the guy. Even when he's given nothing to do. Like he's playfully playing with his girlfriend, taking pictures. And she doesn't want any, so he takes one more. There's a nice little smile, glint in his eye, smile to his face. And yeah, it's just he's given nothing to do, and anybody could play the part, and it's just kind of a waste of the Hoff's time. You're wasting your time here. You gotta be with Kit, knock over some more bad guys. You gotta be back on the beach saving some people from pirates or... You know what? Go watch an episode of Baywatch Nights. You probably get a lot more fun from an episode of Baywatch Nights, the supernatural season. So I guess it was season 2, I think. Where I try to be a bit more X-Files. Yes, there was a Baywatch Nights where David Hasselhoff, his character became like a private investigator. I think in season 1 they were going after just regular bad guys. Then season 2 it tried to be X-Files. If there's a season of that to buy, please let me know. I would love to pick it up and give that a watch. Jesus. I'm sure that's more fun than this. Because now there's not much left. It's just Hoff, his girl, the little boy, and Linda Blair. Linda Blair is now fully possessed. Even though a few minutes before, a rescue helicopter come by, and the witch, ghost, whatever, locked all the doors so they couldn't get out. And the people in the helicopter didn't decide to land and say, oh, looks like nobody's there. Here we go. And Linda Blair was trying to get out with the rest of them. But I guess as soon as that, boom, now he did the 180 and now she's turned fully possessed. Not repossessed, but fully possessed. And she's a vessel and wheat souls will contain those souls and there's a ritual and blah, 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 blah. So the Hoff and his girl run off, and there's a fucking boat there. I'm like, what the fuck is this boat? There's a boat there the whole fucking time? I guess you could argue that they couldn't all get on the boat, but some of them could get on the boat and go for help. That's the thing. We got a boat, we could go for help, or hell, one of me and one of you can get on the boat, we could go for help. Have David Hasselhoff's girl and one of the other characters from the other family go off and they're trying to get help. And you have will they get help in time? Will they not get help in time? While the witch is doing her shit and give Hoff more to do. Whether give him a little bit of James Brolin from Amityville Horror or a little bit of any number of movies with haunted houses. No slow transition of the possession process, just Once in a while, maybe a weird look Linda Blair would give, but for the most part, look acts normal. And then all of a sudden, yep, she's fully possessed. So it's both they had the whole time. I don't know why they didn't take it, unless they just forgot. Or, wow, we just found this at the nick of time. Oh, but what about the little boy? And let's go get the blah, blah, blah. So Hoff goes back, big spoilers, to find the boy. He finds the boy. He just stabbed in the back. And pretty much killed. So the Hoff dies in this. His girlfriend comes back, sees the boy. Linda Blair grabs the boy, her little brother. The kid drops the Sesame Street voice recorder. Which is weird it would land on this specific spot because I swear that recorder was used in other places to record stuff, so unless the kid purposely rewound this to try to give it to his sister. Which, if he did, they didn't show it. Also, for some reason, you got David Hasselhoff crawling, and he streams. I guess to give a bit of distraction for Linda Blair, and then the kid, or to startle the kid to drop in the Sesame Street voice recorder, which then says, "I love you, Jane. I love you, Jane." The Hoff dies of his wounds. The girl's just staring, doing nothing. Let's say this girl, who's our lead, who is a fucking wooden actress. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just the role, but the lead girl in this was wooden. Just lack of emotion, lack of personality. The script didn't do her any favors. She had no chemistry with the Hoff, and the Hoff was trying, but he didn't have much to work with. I mean, hell, people on Baywatch, Pamela Anderson, these people work better with Hoff than this girl. Oh, that's going overboard. Well, at least Pam has assets. Big ones. This girl has none. And she doesn't have any acting ability either. At least based on this role, I should say. And one at least another. Linda Blair, I guess she got to do her own Jason Miller from The Exorcist. He's possessed, he fights it off, he jumps out the window. I guess she's like, wow, I get to do that now too. Just like, I think it was Jason Miller, the actor. Again, no, he jumps out the window. Here, she hears that from her little brother, lets her little brother go. No, she jumps out the window, dies. Cut to a hospital. The lady says the little boy will be alright. And, oh, by the way, you're pregnant. And then she's like, pregnant? And looks at the camera. They're like, pregnant? If you want to look at her acting, watch the last scene of this movie. If you ever see this. Just go to the last scene. That will tell you the acting. Pregnant? Cue, like, take any sitcom music. Pregnant? Step by step, day by day, you know. Or the Family Matters, or the Full House theme, or any other sitcom. Oh, you know what, dude? I play the Night Court theme in honor of Richard Mall and such. Pregnant. My baby. I think that's where she says my baby, not I'm pregnant. She says my baby. Okay, yeah. I wanted to get it right. My baby. Like, my baby. So, yeah, she says my baby. I'm pregnant, my baby, whatever. She says my baby. I want my baby back ribs. I want my baby back ribs. I want my time back. Rather play with my ball sack than watch this fucking movie again. Let's play basketball with the ball sacks. Hacky sack with the sacks. 'Cause the movie ain't jack shit. It's just a big old sack of shit. And I guess if you're a diehard Linda Blair fan or a diehard David Hasselhoff fan, But the Hoff doesn't have anything to do. Linda Blair looks bored most of the time. Why didn't they just have Linda Blair be the lead instead of this other girl and be David's girlfriend? I don't know why. Why they have to kill David Hasselhoff off? Why they have to kill the kid off? I don't know. The lead girl was nothing of a character, didn't do anything. You may get a kick out of a couple of the little death scenes. Some scenes like the red Doctor Who portal maybe get a chuckle out of you, but other than that, one of those Italian movies, Italian horror that isn't really talked about for a reason. I don't even know what it gets on IMDb. If I look, what does it get on IMDb? I'm curious. Probably gets a high rating for some reason. 4.3. No, I was wrong. 4.3. Well, that says a lot. It's a 4.3. There you go. A whopping colossal 4.3. So yeah, with that said, I'll find a witch and suck on her titties. And maybe the spell will be a bunch of milk that will make your boner stronger. For, better than the pill. I don't fucking know. Witchery. Which way is which? With that said, I mean, just go watch the first Hocus Pocus. You want some witches or some shit. Wizard of Oz. You want some witches. Return to Oz. Whatever. Thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.